We have time for maybe one short question. Well, I just wanted to thank Wilfried for, because I think that this is an absolutely unique thing that we have this participation of many Russian centers due to in this study, and this is really a great opportunity for us. So the last speaker for this session is Li-Hua, speaking on high level of miR-196 in primary pediatric AML, indicating unfavorable prognosis.
Next slide.
We have 12 minutes till end of the session.
Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor to be here today, and I'm from Suzhou, China, and my senior colleague, Li-Hua, she didn't come here today, so I will speak on her behalf. So the topic is about high level of miR-196b 96b at newly diagnosed pediatric acute myeloid leukemia predicts a poor outcome. First, we are all familiar that microRNAs are a bunch of 18 to 22 nucleotide non-coding RNAs that regulate gene expression by affecting both the stability and the translation of mRNAs. They are involved in a variety of critical biological processes, including cell cycle progression, differentiation, apoptosis, and immune responses. MicroRNAs show aberrant expression patterns and functional abnormalities in cancers, which can be correlated with cancer type, stage, and other clinical variables. So identification of MicroRNAs could provide potential diagnostic biomarkers and therapeutic targets in clinical in cancer treatments. So in our project, we use the POMER model, which is improved pipeline of outlier microRNA analysis model. It's a prediction model improved in our university. The method has been published. And it has two major measurements. One is NOD, not out clear, not novel out degree, which is the genes the number of genes exclusively targeted by certain microRNA, and another is TFP, which is the transcription factor percentage of microRNA targeted genes. So microRNAs with high level of TFP and NOD are more likely to be potential biomarkers. So with this method and the pediatric, and on the basis of pediatric acute myeloid leukemia specific microRNA MI network, which was downloaded from the public database, we identified microRNA 196b and microRNA 255 and 25 as the candidate targets. And in our further study, we found the microRNA 196b has more significant clinical significance. So microRNA 196b belongs to the family of microRNA 196. It has 3 family members, and it has been reported that overexpression of microRNA 196b has been noticed in 71 European pediatric AML with male gene rearrangements, NPM1 mutations, as well as FLT3 ITD in cytogenetically normal background. And our model also indicates that insulin-like growth factor binding protein 7, the IGF-BP7 is a predictive target gene, which is also an ongoing project in our center. So in our in vitro validation, we collected the clinical information of 83 pediatric AML patients diagnosed from January 2012 to December 2014, and evaluate the transcription level of microRNA 196b at newly diagnosed samples, and we found that the level of miR-196b is higher in patients with FLT3-ITD mutations, and in patients who did not achieve bone marrow remission, and in those who are defined as poor prognosis group by NCCN 2015. And the level is positively related with WBC-HB, PLT, and LDC count at diagnosis. We also found that in the FAB, AML F4 and 5 subtypes, miR-196b was overexpressed when compared with non-M4 and 5 AML patients. We also follow up the survival status of 53 patients, AML patients who received only chemotherapy, and we find that patients with high level of miR-196b at diagnosis tends to have a lower overall survival rate, which indicated the prognosis insignificance of this miR. And we also find that patients with high level of IGF-BP7 tends to have a higher overall survival rate, which indicated the correlation between these two. In order to evaluate the role miR-196b was playing in leukemiogenesis, we did some preliminary experiments, and we found that when we transfect miR-196b into MP4 cell lines, we noticed increased cell proliferation rate and moderate inhibition of cell apoptosis. And the overexpression of miR-196b could result in a partial differentiation block. We also evaluated the expression correlation between miR-196b and IGF-BP7, and we found that when we overexpress miR-196b in cell lines, and the expression of IGF-BP7 decreased, and when we suppress the expression, and the level of IGF-BP7 elevated, which indicate the negative regulation between these two. So here we come to our conclusions that miR-196b might as well be a diagnostic biomarker for AML subtypes M4 and M5. And the high level of miR-196b at diagnosis predicts a poor prognosis. And overexpression of miR-196b could result in increased proliferation, moderate inhibition of cell apoptosis, partial differentiation block, and may contribute to leukemiogenesis. And last, IGF-BP7 could be directly or indirectly targeted by miR-196b. And that's all. Thank you for your kind attention.
Questions? Sorry, I have a question. Were you able to test this in multivariate analysis?
What?
Multivariable analysis. Did you try that?
Yes.
Is it independent?
Independent, right.
So it's an independent factor for survival, yeah?
What?
The miR-196 overexpression, is it an independent factor for bad prognosis?
Yes, we still evaluated the other two miR-Is, but we didn't find the clinical significance, so we just choose miR-196b, and it's an independent factor.
Thank you.